Betrayal cuts deeper than any blade, not because of the act itself, but because of who swings it. Enemies wound the body. But betrayal, it wounds the spirit, because it comes from hands we once trusted, from hearts we once welcomed into our inner circle. That is why it hurts so much. Not just because loyalty was broken, but because the person who broke it once had your confidence, your affection, your protection. Yet in Stoic philosophy, betrayal is never the final sentence. The wound does not define you. Your response does. They thought their cruelty would break you. They believed taking from you would leave you empty. They assumed walking away would leave you crawling behind them. What they didn't understand is this betrayal destroys the betrayer before it ever destroys the betrayed. When you do not scream, when you do not chase, when you do not descend into their chaos, you remove the victory they were hoping to enjoy. And life has a quiet, merciless way of settling its own accounts. The harm they wished on you circles back to them. Their relationships rot. Their reputation bleeds. Their conscience keeps them awake at night, because guilt is a shadow that never leaves. Marcus Aurelius said it best. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. You don't need to expose them. You don't need to beg for justice. You don't need to dirty your hands with revenge. Your only task is to rise, silently, powerfully, unapologetically, because eventually they learn a devastating truth. Betraying you never ruined your life. It ruined theirs. What betrayal reveals? Betrayal isn't just an attack. It's a mirror. It shows you exactly who someone is when their mask falls. When a person lies, cheats, manipulates, abandons, they reveal more about their character than about yours. The Stoics taught external actions are never ours to control, but our judgment, our reaction, our inner stability, those are entirely within our command. Imagine a friend who speaks ill of you behind your back. The first sting is real. The heart tightens. Anger rises. But pause. Who did they truly harm? Their words don't reduce your value. They reduce their own credibility. And once others see the truth, trust evaporates permanently. Epictetus said, "When someone wrongs you, they do wrong to themselves." Because every betrayal corrupts the betrayer first. Responding with fury only invites you into their fire, but responding with composure that forces their betrayal to echo in the silence. The power of silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. When someone betrays you, they expect noise. They expect you to fight, to chase, to demand explanations. They want the drama, the chaos, the emotional storm. But when nothing comes, no argument, no reaction, no collapse, it shakes them more than any confrontation ever could. Think back to a moment when someone wronged you. Remember how they waited for your explosion. And remember how unsettled they became when you stayed quiet. Silence forces the guilty to sit with themselves. Silence removes their ability to twist the narrative. Silence reminds them that your peace is something they can no longer touch. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best answer to anger is silence. In silence, you reclaim your dignity. In silence, you make their betrayal visible, because nothing exposes a person faster than watching you remain unmoved." The invisible consequences of betrayal. In the beginning, it looks like the betrayer has won. They walk away, smiling, believing they got away with it. But life does not allow betrayal to go unpaid. Guilt is not easily silenced. It stalks them. It follows them into every room. It disrupts their sleep. It taints their happiness. People who betray once become suspected of betraying again. Partners don't trust them. Friends keep their distance. Their circle shrinks. their peace dissolves. As Seneca wrote, every guilty person is his own executioner. You don't need revenge. You don't need confrontation. Their punishment is already in progress. What becomes of you? The betrayed here lies the hidden gift that most don't see immediately: betrayal. While painful, is a forge. It burns, it reshapes, it refines. People who have been betrayed often say the same thing. The moment they walked away was the moment my life finally began. Because betrayal strips away illusions. It reveals who belongs and who never deserved a place in your life. It forces you to rebuild stronger, wiser, cleaner. Stoicism teaches one truth repeatedly. You cannot control the actions of others, but you can control your rise. Betrayal then becomes not an ending, but a beginning, the first step into a life built on truth and strength. The trap of revenge. Revenge is tempting. It whispers, "Show them." But revenge keeps you chained to the same darkness that corrupted them. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. If they betrayed with lies, and you respond with lies, you become them. If they hurt you with cruelty, and you repay cruelty, you mirror them." Revenge may satisfy the ego for a moment, but it stains the spirit for a lifetime. True victory is not in their downfall, but in your rise. When you grow, when you thrive, when you move forward untouched, you win a kind of revenge. No betrayer can escape the revenge of indifference, of peace, of a life they can no longer reach. Justice always finds its way. Call it karma, call it justice, call it divine order, but betrayal never goes unbalanced. Those who harm others will eventually taste the consequences of their own actions. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes years, but it comes. A colleague who undermines you today will undermine himself tomorrow. A partner who lies to you will eventually lie to the wrong person. A friend who talks behind your back will one day face a room of people who no longer trust them. The Stoics believe the universe has a rational order, and within that order, truth always rises, and deception always collapses. Your job is not to punish. Your job is to remain honorable. The universe handles the rest. The final Stoic lesson. Betrayal teaches you the most important lesson of all. Build a life so strong that no betrayal can break it. Do not anchor your peace to other people's loyalty. Do not tie your self-worth to someone else's honor. Ground yourself in your values, your discipline, your truth. When someone betrays you, they remove themselves from your story. They think they harmed you, but in reality, they freed you. Freed you from false loyalty. Freed you from illusions. Freed you from chains you didn't realize you carried. You rise. You grow. You evolve. And as you do, the betrayal becomes irrelevant, a stepping stone rather than a scar. Your resilience is your revenge. Your peace is your proof. Your growth is your answer. Marcus Aurelius, betrayed even by his closest advisors, chose calm over chaos, virtue over vengeance. And that is why history remembers him not as a victim of betrayal, but as a master of himself. You can choose the same path. Betrayal hurts. But scars are not signs of weakness. They are badges of survival. You endured. You stood. You reclaimed yourself. In Stoic wisdom, betrayal never has the last word. You do. If this message spoke to you, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more timeless Stoic wisdom. See you in the next video.